What's up, YouTube? I'm Wrigley Juice Recipes, and welcome back to my channel. Man, it's foggy in here. All right, we're halfway through the week, and I've been talking about some of the basics of DIY e-liquid making that I think we all need a refresher in. Now and again, whether you're a newer mixer, veteran, just starting out, doesn't matter. I think that these 5 simple rules make getting into DIY a whole lot easier. All right, well, this series is called DIY Made Easy, and the videos in this series are geared towards mixers who are just starting out making their own e-liquid. So, in the description of this video, there is a list of 35 flavors. All of the videos in this season, in this series, use only those 35 flavors. I was picking out the flavors in this list. A number of them I chose because I think that they are excellent flavors to solo vape, real simple profiles that a lot of people use to quit smoking cigarettes, things like mint and tobacco. This one, TFA RY4 Double, was one of the first flavors that I truly fell in love with when I started making my own e-liquid. I think that it's an excellent flavor that you can solo vape at around 7% with a little sweetener. So earlier, I mentioned the 5 S's of DIY, and I think that you can use the 5 S's of DIY to make TFA RY4 Double a lot better. So the first S of DIY is single, and what I mean by that is single flavor test your ingredients. When you get a new flavor in, try it out at 3%, at 2%, at 1%. The reason that you do that is so that you can get a better understanding for what it is exactly that that flavor tastes like and how you can use it. A lot of times single flavor testing gives me ideas about what I can use a flavor for. Another thing is a lot of flavors have names that don't necessarily apply to what they taste like. Names can often be cryptic and deceiving. The second S of DIY is simple. When you're first getting into DIY, keep your recipes simple. 2, 3 ingredients. Pick out a cream that you like, pick out a strawberry that you like, put them together. You'll have an excellent strawberry cream. Once you get that baseline down, you can always add to it with other flavors, new additions, different twists on it. The third S of DIY is small. So when you're making a new recipe or when you're single flavor testing new flavors, make a 5 milliliter batch, make a 10 milliliter batch. That way, if it turns out that it's not very good and you don't want to use it, you don't have to feel bad about throwing away that 5 mils or that 10 mils. You won't waste all of those ingredients. Next, we're going to talk about sweetener. I myself like really sweet e-liquids, but not everybody does. Not everybody uses sweetener, but sweetener is an amazing tool that you can use to make your DIY e-liquids a lot better. There's a lot of different sweeteners that have a lot of different applications, and everybody has their favorite. But the bottom line is that the flavors that we use to flavor our e-liquid are aromas, and that means that you taste them with your nose. When you add sweetener to your e-liquid, you're getting your tongue involved, you're getting your taste buds involved. You're giving that flavor a whole lot more dimension. Sweeteners drastically change, and in my opinion, they improve recipes and flavors. The fifth and final S of DIY will particularly help you when you are using flavors like TFA RY4 Double, and that one is steep. So steeping is just like when you steep a tea that you make. You let it sit and let the flavors develop. Every different flavor has a different amount that it needs to steep for. Some flavors don't really need to steep at all. They don't change too much over time, but things like Bakeries, things like tobaccos, they need to steep for a while before you get all of the nuance in that flavor. Not saying that anything bad is going to happen to you if you shake and vape TFA RY4 Double, but it does get a lot better after you let it sit around and steep for a couple of weeks. I solo vape TFA RY4 Double at 7% with 1% of flavorous sweetness. It's in this tank right now. So it has a lot of vanilla with some caramel notes and then a sweet woodsy tobacco on the finish. I think it's fantastic. Listen, if you like what I'm doing here and you want to help support me, there's a link to my Patreon campaign down in the description of this video. If you can't, that's okay too, though. There's a lot of other ways to support me without giving me cash money. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel and make sure you turn notifications on so that I get to annoy you every time I upload a video. Like, comment, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one.